Hi, time for recap here. Before we begin, advance notice spoilers ahead. Today I will recap a Korean semi-grown-up film delivered in 2017 considered Puppet. This film is about a secondary school understudy who is outlined by her sweetheart and his companions. Much more dreadful, that unseemly thing was likewise recorded and kept to compromise her, so she needs to do what her sweetheart said as she follows him. The circumstance is deteriorating step by step, so what will befall her life? Does this just happen to her? We should figure out together. The film begins with a school young lady named Mina. She is an extremely merry young lady who just began her most memorable relationship with one of the most attractive in her. A long time elapses and they are going to have their most memorable date by going to karaoke there. Mina is exceptionally glad to get to know one another with her new sweetheart. They additionally drink some soju until Mina is far gone. Her beau unexpectedly gives her an extraordinary beverage that can dispose of the headache. However, it unexpectedly makes her nod off. When she awakens, her hands have been bound. She glances around and sees that her beau is holding a camera recording her with his grin. Not just that, numerous young men additionally come there with their countenances covered. Turns out that they are his companions, and they begin to appreciate Mina. After that mishap, she cries seriously and laments having a relationship. She likewise receives a message from her beau that she should not tell anybody or her video will be speeded. Then every time she unintentionally meets her sweetheart, he calls his companions and does likewise as before. For obscure reasons, the video has spilled with doll as the title. It circulates around the web. Everybody currently has been watching the video, including the police and her mother. Her mother cries boisterously and can do nothing with the exception of requesting that the police get the guilty parties compactly. Her beau and his companions are gotten and detained, yet everything is past the point of no return for Mina. Then her mother concludes that Mina will move to Seoul for good and starts her new existence with another character named Rin. A few years after the fact, Rin lives quiet and cheerful. She is likewise ready to have a go at having a relationship, and it works out in a good way, as they are locked in now. She fills in as an educator in secondary school. One day when she was staying at work longer than required, she was drinking the beverage that was on her table. Abruptly she nods off. In the first part of the day, she is awakened by one of her kid understudies named Jin. There isn't anything dubious until she figures out that her wrists get wounds like they are tied as of now. Not after that she receives a puzzling message containing some photographs of her for certain folks who partake in her. Due to that, she can't hold her cry, which reminds her about her past, yet she attempts to fail to remember this mishap and attempts to reside regularly. One day she eats with her life partner's family. She partakes in this second much as she cherishes her life partner, yet her mindset abruptly changed when somebody fear utilizing her uncovered photograph again. He calls out to him as expert. The expert undermines her as she should follow his request or the photograph will be speeded. He arranges her to snap one more picture of her boobs, and she follows him by taking it on the latrine for good. When she is showing, the expert sends her a message again. He sends her a commencement for sending her photographs to her understudies. The understudies additionally receive the message from the expert. She shouts there as the commencement is going to complete. Everybody gets the photographs from the expert, yet the understudies are taking a gander at an understudy young lady named Sejum, who is really Jin's sweetheart. It just so happens it is a photograph of a shirtless Agung. Rin feels extremely terrible for Sejung. She calls the analyst who dealt with her case recently named Cheol, yet he is resigned. Rin attempts to converse with Sejung to make her quiet. After some talk, Sejung at last tells her that she was playing around with Jin, and he snaps her photo for his own assortment. Few weeks prior she discovered a few displays of this sort of picture from one more young ladies in Jin's PC. She erased each of the exhibitions that drives Jin crazy. Such a huge amount to her. Up to this point, Rin attempts to keep an eye on Jin as he goes to a dubious spot. When she looks at the space to see what's inside, that Jin additionally sees Rin and pursues her, followed by his men. She nearly gets found out, yet incidentally, criminal investigator Cheol is there and assists her with concealing. Investigator Cheol is likewise ready to seize one of Jin's men and question him, yet his data doesn't help them a ton. Analyst Cheol doesn't have the foggiest idea what he needs to do. He gets some information about how he should help her. Rin is additionally confounded, yet not excessively lengthy, until she sees her telephone. She abruptly swooned. Criminal investigator Cheol becomes terrified about what befell her. Incidentally, that Rin's photograph has been transferred onto the web, and everybody presently sees that the following day when Rin is cleaning up, she is pondering taking her life, yet at the right second the expert is savvy enough and sends her message about not taking her life or something will happen to He additionally asks Rin to head off to some place that has been chosen by him. Rin promptly goes there alone. She likewise let investigator Cheol know by calling him there. She gets requests to drink an obscure beverage in a container, and that makes her nod off. Everything happens like before. Again she is tied, and certain individuals with covered faces see Rin. Unexpectedly lets them know that she definitely realizes that one of them is Jin. She likewise requests that he discharge a young yet. She is off base. It would seem Sejong is one of them. She is likewise a pioneer there. Apparently she made up the story already to trap her. She is the person who requested Jean and furthermore recorded Jin to make these sorts of recordings. Sejong additionally says that she just does it for cash from Ace. Recording these sorts of recordings is truly productive and can be sold effectively. The expert is not a single one of them. As of now, not after that investigator Cheol shows up, yet he gets thumped by them and tied. They are presently ridiculing the investigator by snickering at him so much, yet it seems the other police have previously shown up to get them all. They are taking off from the police, yet it turns out everybody gets captured. Then the police attempt to follow their message to get the area of the expert. Toward the finish of the film, the police analyst Cheol and Rin are going to the area of the expert. It is in a relaxed house there. Rin figures out that there is a young man crying noisily. The police are looking through the house to get the proof. Unexpectedly this young man concedes that he is the expert. Incidentally, the genuine expert was his dad, yet his dad was captured in view of another crook case last month. Then this young man finds what his dad did from his telephone, learns it, and even keeps on being an expert all alone since the offender is a 13 years of age kid. Rin has no more desire to rebuff him, and he just gets recovery as a result of his age. What is your take on this? Do those cases likewise occur in your current circumstance? Leave your contemplations underneath, and furthermore make a point to buy in and turn on notices so you can observe more recordings like this. Gratitude for watching, and see you sometime later.